Okay, well, as usual, this week we had a column from Mike Figliolo that was really interesting. His columns are very interesting. I love the headline of this one, Define the Question Before You Solve the Problem. And actually, we could just kind of just stop right here because the headline pretty much says it all. I mean, we almost don't even need to go through what he wrote because it's all right there in the headline. Define the question before you solve the problem.
And you know, it seems so easy. Do you think about that?
Yeah.
But I know I don't do that all the time or even very often.
You assume you know what the question is.
That's
I
right.
mean, he writes, Mike writes that you must first understand the question being asked and why it's important to your stakeholder. Without clarity on why your stakeholder cares, the recommendation you generate might be useless. And in essence, the question being asked of you always isn't the real question. You have to understand the context of the question, you know, what the questioner or the affected parties are really after before you run off and try to get them a solution. And he gives a good, if maybe simplistic example here. Suppose your boss comes to you and says, asks you, can you get me your best idea for how we can generate an incremental $1 million in profits? Great, you got it, right? You then write down and flesh out and research the first 3 ideas that come to your mind for how you can solve this problem, generate $1 million. They're great solutions, guaranteed to generate not $1, but $2 million in 6 months to a year. This is exciting stuff, right? So you run back to your boss and you present your groundbreaking, earth-shattering ideas, only to find out that he needed that $1 million in 3 weeks, 1 week of which you already burned up coming up with the ideas that he can't use.
Right.
Now, 2 people were at fault here. First, the boss should have been a little bit more specific about what he wanted. But it's your rear end that's on the line. He came to you with the question. You have to make sure that you're going to solve the problem that needs to be solved. It's up to you. It's your rear end. So make sure that you ask all the right questions and walk away with the information you need before you start looking for solutions. And you know, very often this simple matter of asking why. Why do you want to do this, right? The first question. Why? It's okay to ask your boss why. In this case, your boss might have said, because our earnings quarter ends in 3 weeks and we have to make up a financial shortfall. Okay, well now you have 2 pieces of information you didn't have before. Number 1, you have a time frame. 3 weeks. Okay, well that's good to know. I thought I had a year, right? And also you have the context, and the context isn't what you thought it was, which was, gee, it would be nice if we had another revenue stream. Who doesn't want another revenue stream? So it isn't the boss just going, gee, it'd be nice if we made another $1 million this year. That's not the context at all. The context was, oh my gosh, our quarter is short, okay? Now you know both of those things. Now when you're thinking about solutions, you're not thinking about, hey, is there a new product or is there some way we can lean the plant? It might be a matter of, let's shift this expense from this quarter to the following quarter, right? You're not really saving money, but you are solving the question at that point. You're solving the immediate question was, we can't come up short this quarter, right? We got to do something different, okay? As Figliolo says, if you do this, you're not going to waste time on analysis that doesn't matter. All your energy is going to focus on helping your boss achieve her objective. When you build a recommendation that's mindful of the why, your odds of getting your idea approved increase tremendously. And so does your odds of keeping your job. I mean, this is just kind of common sense. And I think we all do this, you know, especially if it's from somebody who's above us. They come to us and say, Mike, I need you to do this. And you just assume that you understand the context. Your boss has laid it all out for you. Hey, find us a way to make $1 million. Okay, we're all on board with that. But you can't assume that. You can't assume you know the whole thing. So you have to kind of get your boss's full explanation of what is behind all this, so that you can make a decision that, or make solution suggestions that make sense.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. And by the way, he also suggests writing the question down. Write down what your boss wants, or even after the discussion, write down what the results of your discussion was. Because by writing it down, you're going to be able to go back to your stakeholder or the boss with something concrete and confirm that it's the question that your boss wants you to answer. If it's not what she asked, you'll be able to iterate with her and refine the question until you both agree on what the question is and what the answer should look like. So, I mean, this really sounds so common sense, but it's just something that we don't do. I mean, we don't think of doing it.
Well, and it's not, I mean, to me, the issue isn't, yes, of course, is with regard to when your boss has a directive, you want to make sure you clarify that. To me, it's even more important when your customer has that.
Oh, sure.
You know, when you're,
you think you know what your customer wants.
Yeah,
right,
that's really a
Yeah,
problem because, I mean, you know, for me, I call that translation. You know, I mean, a customer says, well, I want to do an ad campaign. Okay. What do you want to see happen? And it's always like, well, I want to have more sales. Okay, well.
Okay, we all want more sales.
Right. I mean, but how are you going to make that actually work? What's the tactics that go into the broader strategy? You begin to have a conversation.
Yeah, what do you expect to see out of it? I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe you find that what you wanted to give them as a solution, as a type of a product, isn't the one at all, because what they're saying isn't really what is going on in the background. Like you say, it's not about, hey, wouldn't it be great to have a new sales revenue, a new revenue stream for $1 million? That's great, we're expanding. Rather than, no, we need to make our numbers, we're going to be $1 million short.
We need it
Very
now.
different context. So it's
yeah.
important to ask those questions. It's a really good point.
By the way, that idea and more are from Figliolo's book, The Elegant Pitch, Create a Compelling Recommendation, Build Broad Support, and Get It Approved. We've got a picture of it there on the screen. The book spells out a straightforward process you can immediately use to get your ideas approved. So check out that book from Mike. It is on, you can just Google The Elegant Pitch. It's on Amazon, so you can find it there. So
he's a great writer.
He is a great writer.
Mike's a great writer. He's very, very, very clear in terms of describing, as you can see from that little article you just covered, very clear in describing a problem and help you find solutions for it.
Yep.